Hey, Westwood Church, Pastor Quinn here. Hey, I want to take just a couple of minutes today to give what I like to call a halftime talk. I've done this the past couple of years and want to do it again today as we approach basically the second half of our year together. That is, if it's being broken up by when we have our annual meeting at the end of each calendar year, a time when we celebrate what God is doing in our midst, dream a bit about what God may be leading us to, and of course, make some important decisions together. We're at about the halfway point of that, as we're just about ready to launch into our new ministry year. We often reckon that as coinciding with the beginning of the school year. So I want to take a few moments just to kind of focus in on a few great things that are coming up that I hope you'll be a part of and be excited about with me, with us, as our staff and leadership is dreaming about what God may lead us to in the weeks and months ahead. So first of all, in a few weeks, on August 11th, we'll do what we've done many times already, which is have our special Kindergarten Commissioning Sunday. That really marks the beginning of our new ministry year and marks that awesome moment in a family's life when a kindergartner first heads off to school all day, every day. But that day is going to be special for another reason as well this year. It's going to be the first of 2 weeks where we really explore two crucial questions that every church has got to wrestle with. Why do we exist? And what is it that we long to see happen? Because those two questions are really answered by a church's mission statement. Why do we exist? And vision statement. What do we long to see happen? Our vision statement for a long time has been building his kingdom one heart at a time. And as many of you know, we've talked for a while about there seems to be a growing sense that that vision statement is in need of a refresh. And it's no secret either that there's been a lot of work already done about that. We've talked about it since the beginning of the year, coming off of last year's annual meeting. And a lot of work has been done, and that is now finalized. And August 18th is going to be the first time we really focus on that as a church, unveiling it physically that Sunday morning in our physical space here in our church building. And it'll be the focus of the message that morning on the 18th. And both of those Sundays, the 11th, when I'll lead us through kind of a refreshed focus on our mission statement, which hasn't changed, and I'll actually share that with you at the end of this talk in case you're not familiar or don't have it ready at hand. But those 2 weeks will launch us into a 14-week walk through the story of Scripture that'll bring us all the way up to the beginning of Advent. And we're calling those 14 weeks the redemption story. And the plan is, we've been working hard for a long time at taking what we've done in the past, a 52-week walk through the Bible, every verse, every chapter of every book. And the last time we did this, I think, was in 2019, and we used the Bible Project's reading plan along with their videos as a guide through that journey through Scripture. Well, this time around, we've really condensed that and tried to shorten it to 10 or 15 minutes of reading or viewing of Bible Project videos per day so that it's more manageable for more people. And we'll tell you more about how to get your hands on that in the weeks ahead. But our hope is that together, we will read the story of Scripture and dive deeper on Sunday mornings into that week's theme over the course of 14 weeks. We'll be encouraging households and various groups to do this reading plan and Bible Project video viewing plan together. And I really think that this is something that will hopefully unify us and help us grow together and help us to further our mission together. As we think about that, as we head into this fall, I mean, it's really been a long time coming, but would really ask you to consider, if you don't have a real strong reason to come to the 9:30 service, to maybe consider shifting to the 11 o'clock service. It's been great to see the 9:30 service so full, but it's honestly been almost a little bit too full at times. And I'm hoping and praying that we're going to have even more newcomers and visitors as we head into this fall. And we want to make sure we make space at the most likely service that they'll come to, which is our 9:30. So if you usually come to the 9:30 and it's all the same to you, basically, I would encourage you to come to the 11 o'clock service. In fact, on that note, I encourage you to come early if you could, and plan on trying to connect with one another between services from 10:30 to 11. And on that note, we plan to have donuts every Sunday starting in August to help facilitate the connection that happens at that time. And as an aside, we do need hosts to sign up to bring donuts. So if you're willing, you can go to our website and you should be able to find under events the place where you could sign up to bring them. But as we head into this fall, I also want to encourage you to prayerfully consider who in your life you could maybe invite to Westwood. Somebody who does not already, as far as you know, have a growing and thriving connection to a local church home. So if you know somebody who fits that description, I would really encourage you to prayerfully consider inviting them. Anytime really, but especially as we head into this fall, thinking the 18th, 25th of August and beyond as we head into this redemption story focus throughout the fall. But again, prayerfully consider who you might invite to come as we head into what God has in store for us next. Beyond what I've already shared, there are two other things I just want to highlight that are upcoming. One is we are going to be launching our first ever Alpha group on Wednesday nights, starting as Wednesday Night Live starts. I believe that first Wednesday is September 11th. And so Alpha, in case you're not familiar, is a group that we really want to invite people to who are perhaps new and young in their faith, or maybe just want to take a fresh look at the Christian faith. So if you have somebody in your life who fits that category, I would especially encourage you to prayerfully consider inviting them and maybe even attending with them. And we'll have more information on that class coming soon. But that's a great opportunity. God has already used that in amazing ways, really throughout the world since it has been launched. And the second opportunity for connection I want to let you know about that's going to be coming is I think will be a 3-part community conversation that I plan to lead on some Sunday mornings this fall leading up to the election on how we as followers of Jesus might engage this whole world of politics and division that we all know firsthand has become especially contentious. And as we anticipate this coming election cycle in November being one more year of that kind of potentially contentious, really highly temperatured and potentially very divisive kind of election cycle, I want us to just really kind of face that head on. And so I have a book selected that I think will be a guide that will challenge us, honestly, in some pretty forward ways, but hopefully will help us refocus our allegiance on Jesus as our King and see how we can best engage the current climate of our day and place as followers of Jesus, to seek the flourishing of all and to be ministers of reconciliation wherever we go and in every area of our life, in our family groups, our friend groups, wherever else God may call us. So that's it for now. Those are some things that are happening I'm excited about. So as we head into these next few weeks and months, I just want to really encourage you to do 3 things. The first is just to lean in your engagement in the life, ministry, and worship of Westwood Church. The second is I would ask you to pray for our church and for its flourishing. And on that note, especially pray for our ongoing search for our next full-time high school ministry director. And the third thing is to find a way to be engaged in and contributing to the furthering of our mission. Our mission statement that's been around with us for decades still really resonates. It seems to strike a chord when people hear it, and it's this: knowing the love and grace of Jesus Christ, we glorify Him by receiving people as they are, relating them to Jesus Christ and one another, and returning them to the world to serve and witness in His name. Everything I've just shared with you that's upcoming, I hope, is right in the heart of that mission. And so I hope that you will be engaged and contributing to us together furthering that mission that we believe God has called us to. So for now, that's it. Thanks for taking a few minutes to listen. Until we meet again, go in grace and peace.